feelings caught when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Just gotta get through, I just gotta get through.
What's going on, people? This is your boy Say One's History. You are watching the male's perspective, you guys. Please, like I always say, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you're updated for all cool new content. Um, when I made this title and this thumbnail for this topic that we're going to be touching on today, I wanted to do it with some reverence because some things have changed. And I really don't think a lot of people know what's going on. The immigration laws have actually changed a little bit. And I want to say those laws that are being changed are going to benefit, I would say, the men who have made mistakes, choosing the wrong partner uh, for the wrong reasons overseas. I would say for those particular men who are choosing to bring them back home and not really vetting and doing their due diligence. I titled this, Trump making passport bros, um, benef- making laws benefiting passport bros, because, that's generally with what the greater community or everybody else outside of the community lumps all of these guys in that are traveling overseas. But the reality of it is they're really not all passport. Um, but with that being said, there are some new laws that have definitely changed. This is actually, I'm going to play this video, you guys, and I want to give credit where credit is due. This is coming from Darwin McPherson, and it's his podcast is Darwin McPherson, and it says why passport bros just got a massive buff from Trump.
Yo, the very system they use to convince passport bros that it's a bad idea to bring their significant other into the United States just handed them the ultimate weapon. The passport bros just receive an insane advantage, which means they will win in every single dating market on the planet. For decades, you had to hide your foreign wife from the West, afraid she'd get infected by feminism the moment you brought her into America. But as of August the 1st, that fear is dead because now the US government has quietly activated something I call the extradite filter, and it changes everything. And I'm about to break this down in this video right now. Let me just show you why passport bros just got overpowered and how anyone who can get a passport can benefit from this movement. Guys, most men don't understand what just happened. There was a huge policy update by Donald Trump, and it wasn't just about immigration. It was about leverage. Because for the first time in decades, the girl you bring back to the United States can't just flip the switch, get westernized, and walk off with half of your life. As of August 1st, 2025, she either plays her role or her ass gonna get deported. No one is talking.
Now, I wanted to cut it right there because this is a very, very delicate and touchy subject. And this is what I would say in regards to the statements that he's making. In regards to the guys who are bringing their women overseas, it's always been told to them to vet the woman. If you're going to marry them, don't just look at it from an aesthetic standpoint. So he is going into this, but I want to go into it a little bit more on what he's speaking in regards to. If you did your vetting, if you're happy, if you have your ducks in a row with the person that you want to be with, and you vet it properly, you should be good. With that being said, let's let him continue.
About this yet. So let me just break down exactly what just dropped and why I call it the extradite filter. On August 1st, 2025, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services dropped a quiet bomb. A new policy update now makes one thing clear. Marrying a U.S. citizen no longer guarantees permanent residency. Let me say that again. Marriage no longer means protection. That's the biggest buff passport bros have ever seen. But why? It's the big question everyone wants to know right now. And the answer? Before this, women could finesse the system. That's right, guys. Women were coming over here, exploiting us, and bailing. They'd act submissive overseas, secure the ring, fly back to America, and flip the script.
It's true. It's true. There are women like that. And I will say that those particular women are the women that either are playing the role very well or the guys are not vetting properly. I think it's more of the latter, but let's continue.
It wasn't long before they became westernized, filed for divorce, collected benefits, and there was nothing you can do about it. Why do you think passport bros who've been in the game before the movement even started would always tell newbies to never bring their women to America? Now, that game is over. The new rules demand evidence, interviews, proof, and they can deport her even after approval if they find anything off. If your relationship don't appear to be genuine and she over here changing up on you, causing stress in your life, you think that doesn't put pressure on her behavior? Think again, my friend. Every attitude, every act of disrespect, every time she think about becoming independent and divorcing you now sounds like the dumbest decision she could ever make in her life. She used to be protected. She used to wild out, act brand new, pick up TikTok talking points, cheating on you, threaten to divorce. And if you say anything, your life got destroyed. Now, that visa is your accountability tool. She's not a citizen, she's on a contract. And every step she takes, every move she makes, she knows someone's watching. Because under this,
I felt like he was singing a song when he was saying every step I take, every. Anyway, what do you guys think about this so far? How do you guys feel about this? I'm just reporting the news, you guys. I'm telling you it is what it is, what's going on. This is crazy, whichever way you actually view it. If you're on that side or if you're on the other side. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was something that we should all know about because not a lot of people know. So let's get into it. Let's keep going.
new rule. It doesn't matter if the marriage is approved. If fraud is found after the fact, even emotional manipulation or hidden intentions, she could still be deported. That means U.S. soil is not a free pass anymore. It's probation. And that's how it should be because men are tired of being ruined by these unruly women. She gets sent back, no alimony, no child support, no assets. Just the clothes she got on her damn back. And that changes everything. Fellas, y'all gotta appreciate this law because a lot of the women overseas started changing. TikTok, Instagram, passport privilege, they were scamming men into bringing them into the US and then finessing them later. Now, some of y'all
I have to say too, I haven't experienced that. That hasn't been my issue in any sense of the word. But then again, I was vetting. I was looking for someone to marry. So when I vetted, when I was looking, I made sure that the person was someone who was going to be down with me, who was going to love me. So I don't, I don't, I know that there are people out there that make moves like this, and they usually make them for the wrong reasons. Um, I've seen it. I've actually had some friends who have done some traveling. I even talked to a friend. Actually, um, I was going to the little Mexican store today, and I ran into a homeboy um, that I haven't seen in years, and we was just going over life. He was telling me some things or whatever not, and he was just telling me how he had been in court so much because of his baby mamas, trying to take him to court. Because he wanted to make sure that he was in all of his kids' life, and one of the baby mamas was really trying to make that hard for him. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I've seen you on YouTube, kind of doing your thing or whatever." And I was telling him about my travels and how I married my wife and everything like that. And he was like, I was like, "What are you looking for?" Because we were talking about relationships. It's like, "What are you looking for? I mean, are you going over there to just kind of be the same old person that I knew he was, or were you serious?" And he was like, "No, man." He was like, I'm serious. I don't want to play. I'm not trying to play games. We're grown. We're in our 40s. And I was like, okay. I was like, so I hooked him up on some information. He was like, I want to, get more information about going out there whenever you plan on going. And I was like, bet, I'll definitely link you in and let you know what's going on. Um, but men are going through situations that are really putting them in positions where they're like, you know what, I might as well go and see what else is out there. But I also think for certain men, because I say this too, if you are going to go and you're going for the right reasons, there's just certain countries I would not recommend certain men to go to, because you can end up getting yourself in in a lot of trouble. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna let him continue. We're gonna keep rolling. Let's get it.
Y'all don't even know what it looks like to deal with a woman with a westernized mentality. You probably haven't run into modern women these days who have been feminized. So let me give you a glimpse of how they act over here.
I know this is going to sound real crazy. I know this is going to go over a lot of people's heads, but I feel like men who don't want to date women with children have issues with their own mother. Why? Because I don't understand a man who doesn't want to date women with children when you come from a mother, when you come from a woman. And I'm pretty sure your mom has children, which means you have siblings. So how do you feel about your mother? It doesn't make any sense to me. Some will say, well, that's his choice. He can feel how you want to feel. He doesn't have to date a woman with children because he comes from a woman. This is true, but I feel like you're projecting trauma onto other people because you haven't healed from whatever happened to you or however you might.
Hold on, wait. I understand where she's coming from, but if that is that person's preference and they choose not to date a woman with kids, I don't consider that any difference than a woman saying that she doesn't want to date a man with kids or doesn't want to date a man, who's 5'7". You know, that immediately takes me out of the category or, close to, but I'm not going to fret over that. So if a man says that he doesn't want to date a woman without kids, then why is that a problem when you can say that you don't want to date a man of a certain height? Get the double standard? Let's keep rolling though.
Feel about your own family or about your own mom. Men who don't want to date women with children either don't like their mother or they have mom issues. Go get healed. Stop projecting your trauma on other women, other
And I just got to say, that's complete cap. But let's keep rolling.
people, and do the right thing. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you feel like men who don't want to date women with children are right in how they feel, or do you feel like it's their choice? Let's talk about it.
I got to say, too, she said that the men that didn't want to date women with children were projecting. But I got to be honest, it sounded like she was projecting. But let's keep going.
Guys, these women want us to date and marry women who've been slutted out, bust down, and impregnated by other men. And if we are wise enough to decline to do it, they say we are broken and need therapy because they are being taught that a woman with kids from another man is just as good as an option as a woman without kids. And if we don't date single moms, we must hate our own mothers who might be a single mother, as if our options in a dating market has to mirror who our mother was back when she was dating. Women overseas are not thinking like that. But when they do come to the US, this is one of the most toxic mindsets foreign women will embrace, which enables poor vagina regulation and promotes therapy as a way to get men to make poor decisions.
Do you think a man should ever tell a female how to dress?
What I've seen here tonight? Hell yeah. Hell no. Hell no. Hell yeah. Why'd you say that? Because would you wear that shit to church? I do.
Right.
I go to church in my living room.
And look at the dichotomy, you guys. and I hate to say it, I fucking hate to say this, I really do. But look at the dichotomy of the white woman and the black woman. Look at that. A woman saying, yes, my man should be able to have some type of say so. And then the other person, the black woman, saying, no, my husband, the one that gave me his last name, shouldn't be able to say anything to me. My husband, the one who, went before God and said that he was going to protect me and take care of me, shouldn't actually have any say so or communication with me about what I can do. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Because my wife has my ear. And, I know she's going to have my best interest at hand. So I'm going to listen to her. Why shouldn't it be the same with a woman? That's just crazy. Let's keep going.
God damn it, I wear what I want. But in a brick and mortar? Hell no. Hell no. So yeah, you do tell a woman what she need to be wearing.
And another thing, real quick. Look how she had to get like loud with the person. This is clearly not her typical way that she acts or communicates, but to stand her ground and to be able to give her opinion, which in my opinion is correct, but to give her opinion about how she feels. She felt like she had to kind of like nut up, so to speak, to even have that kind of conversation with her. How many people are not doing this like this woman did to this black woman? How many women are not having that conversation because they don't want to break the woman code and have these conversations? Because a lot of women will actually hear other women say ridiculous stuff like this, and then they won't say anything because they're like, you know what? I don't want to have these issues or this problem with this person, because they feel like I'm disagreeing with them or whatever not, or I think that they're ridiculous for saying something like this. So I'm just not going to say anything, you know, and it leaves these women in Delulu. There are good women out there, it's just they're not speaking up. So let's keep going.
What?
Ain't no man telling me what to put on, and I'm married.
Now, what you just seen is women who are built like wildebeests, encouraging a modest, married woman to dress like whores in the streets and in the house of the Lord. Not only that, these women who are unruly and disgusting looking claim they're married and are happy to publicly promote that no man, not even their own husbands, can tell them how to dress.
Ridiculous.
Average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10.
I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just this stuff is so loaded. When you Jesus, what fucking grade are we in? Are we in 6th grade? Or are we in junior high school again? We are adults. A lot of us are in our 40s, going on our 50s. I understand that you want some type of aesthetical look. I get it. But at the same time, what happened to honor, integrity? What happened to trust, commitment, vows, loyalty? What happened to those things? Don't you want that from a person? Instead of a pretty fucking face that has a horrible inside. I'm sorry. It just sounds ridiculous to me. And I was even like this as a teenager. I would hear some of the things people would say, and I'd just be like, you guys are wow. Let's keep rolling, you guys.
Over 45. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They have bad knees.
She is going hard, y'all.
They sleep with a CPAP machine. They do. I've been there, done that.
And my wife rubs my feet if I come in from a long, hard day. She kisses me. She loves me. She gives me a massage. And you know what I do? I kiss her. I love her. I give her a massage. When she's sick, I make sure I go and get medicine out the cabinet for her. I go to the grocery store to get her what she needs. Reciprocity. That's what it's called. What are you like? Okay, all right.
You are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this. And you got me straight.
Yeah.
Tripping.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, think about it. When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They honest. So why
I gotta. Woo, Jesus. Yeah, you can. Okay, forgive me for saying it this way, you guys. I'm a little vulgar on my channel. You can fuck the father or the son. You can't marry them because men will F you for different reasons other than marrying you. Meaning that if he wants to just have sex with you, he has a different kind of standard for you, which is very low. But if he wants to marry you, he's not marrying your looks. He's marrying your qualities. He's marrying your attitude. That's why a lot of men don't propose to women that they have sex with because they only have the standards to be able to sleep with, not be able to marry. Am I lying? Men, am I lying? If you hear, am I lying? Let's keep going.
off of daddy when we can date the son?
Yes.
Now, what you just seen is a couple of modern women attacking men in America, calling them average and useless, while they themselves are below average, morbidly obese, and no longer an option for the men they desire because they have hit the wall. This is another one of the mentalities that your woman, if you bring her overseas, would be influenced by, which could hurt your own relationship.
If she block you, that means she still love you. Remember that.
I don't make this shit up.
Going through it now, I'm one of them. I see women on this app like crashing out because of how horrible like their ex-husbands are, their baby dads are, just like ruining their life and just, you know, making their life so difficult. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible what those women are going through. And now I'm one of them. I filed for divorce 2 months ago. I've been trying to look for an apartment, and the places that I'm looking at, I need to make 3 times the rent to be able to rent them. And unfortunately, with my job, I'm a CNA. I don't make 3 times the rent. So I need a child support order to be able to add to my income so I can meet the requirement. And I've been trying to get into some sort of settlement with my soon-to-be ex-husband on that. And basically, he is blackmailing me, I guess. He wants me to sign away all rights I have to his military retirement. Been going back and forth and fighting about it, and I just can't take it anymore. I just want to leave. I just want to move out, and I just want to start my life over. So I offer to sign away my right to the military retirement in return for spousal support and the entirety of the savings account that we have. Yesterday, he called me the nanny. He said that I'm gonna pay you child support and you're just gonna be the nanny for my kids. When I told him like I need to try and stay in the district so our kids can keep going to their school, and the neighborhood that we're in is a little bit more expensive, so I need the child support order. And he said, it's not my problem. It's not my problem that you can't afford a place for them to live. In fact, I hope that's how it plays out.
It's not his problem. It really isn't. And unfortunately, look, so here's the thing, you guys. And a lot of people will hear me and think that I sound, so distasteful and mean to these women. But here's the cold, hard reality. It's just the cold, hard reality of the situation. When you divorce that man, no he has no commitment to you anymore. The only commitment he has to at that point is those kids. He is going to move on and start another life with a woman, more than likely. And you are literally going to be his baby's mother. That's it. So if you don't want that to happen, and it's not a big situation or a big reason to get divorced, then work it out. People that came before you and me figured this type of shit out. That's all I'm saying.
Because I want the kids to see that you can't support them. I want the kids to see that you can't afford for them to live in a nice place. And I want them to know that they're going to have to go through a hardship because of what you did.
Now, what you just seen is a play that women in America run over and over again. They will divorce you, fight you tooth and nail in family court to force you to continue to take care of her financially after she divorces you. Providing for the child you made with her is not enough. These women over here want spousal support in all of your life savings, while at the same time claiming that they don't need a man.
To let you know that I have slept with over 200 men from online churches and things of that nature since I met and married you. And I'm sorry because all of that was wrong. It was wrong. And I'm so sorry. I've slept with over 200 men.
Are you kidding me? Hold on, bro. Hold on. Slept with over 200 men. Oh. Oh, woosah. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's keep going.
Women over here will marry men of God and then sleep with the men in church because over 200 men, a big number of those men had to be part of the congregation. Bruh.
Wow.
In America, religion is dead. Even a man of God is not safe from betrayal. The women over here, on average, arrive at church on Sunday around 11 a.m., which is 8 hours before busting it open for being in the streets on a Saturday night. So the churches are filled with Jezebels in the pews and in the pulpit.
Even I know you ain't no good for me, but you feel so good to me.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
They have a nice house. What is going? Are you serious? She jumped on the car.
Alexandra, come on, bro. What is you doing, bro? Alexandra, this is your scene, man. What is you doing, bro?
What's going on? Why are we running into traffic? Just they direct me because I want to kill myself. Why? What's going on? I don't want to be here. Okay, I don't want to be here.
Hold on. So I know you guys probably couldn't tell what was happening here, but she jumped on him in the house. He was trying to get away. He got in his car and left. And then she jumped on the car. And now she's walking and tripping out, just bugging out. So this is exactly the kind of situation men are literally trying to avoid in the States. And I know a lot of women out there will say, well, I don't do this. The women I dated don't do this. There's a lot of men out there, including myself, who have come across women like this. I hate to say it, but it is. And I would say it is more common than not. to see women like this and behave in some sort of fashion and just think that they the shit. And they think that they the shit because of their looks, but their personality is literally shit. So yeah, I guess they kind of are the shit. But let's keep rolling.
Breathe. Okay, hold on. Breathe. Okay, go.
Wow, come on.
Now, what you just seen here is an example of the devil in disguise. She looks like an angel on social media and on the arm of her man, but behind closed doors, here in America, every man has to deal with a woman who becomes unruly. Not one man on US soil is exempt. I don't give a damn how much money you got. I don't give a damn how tall you are. I don't give a damn how much charisma you got. It don't matter how long your penis is. You are not exempt. I don't make this shit up. That's the landscape here. The woman in this example is a woman who is dating a high-earning man. She had it all. Everything she wanted and never had to work. Women over here will say that men who aren't providers don't get submission. They don't get cooperation and they damn sure don't get femininity. But the men who do provide will get it. That, my friend, is one of the biggest lies in dating market history. Don't listen to that bullshit. This is America, my friend. The women over here value their own feelings over everything in life, including the children they birth.
11 signs she's an asset and not a liability. Let's get into it. Number 1, she takes accountability for her actions and is willing to make adjustments. Number 2, she is peaceful. She's not engaging in unnecessary drama. Number 3, she holds herself to a high...
Let me just stop the clip here.
I already know what he about to
The
say.
woman in this video is a creator who inspires over 400,000 subscribers and is on her way to have 1 million before it's all said and done. But why did I play a clip of her? Well, this woman recently divorced the one and only Tyrese Gibson, who gave her the world. And not even a full year passed. And she is now a relationship coach, teaching people how to stay in marriages and appreciate high-value men like Tyrese Gibson. She even wrote a book for men on how to avoid the wrong women. Now, you may be able to connect the dots, or you may not find anything wrong with this at all. I'm just showing you an example of who is giving advice to the dating climate. And see, this right here is exactly why you have to be careful. Because if your woman come over here, if she ever flip like that, it's already too late. That's why I put together 2 things that every man watching this needs if you actually want to protect yourself and know who you're dealing with from the jump. First, 7 data mistakes blocking men from attracting high-quality women. If you're doing even one of these, you're setting yourself up for failure before the first date even starts. The link to that is in the description. The second one is 21 questions you must ask a woman to truly know who she is. This will tell you fast if she's long-term material or short-term fun or somebody you should leave.
And I have to say, I actually downloaded this book because I wanted to see if it aligned with what I already was doing. And there were some things, well, actually, there was a lot of things in there that me and him aligned on. And then there were some things that I had no clue on doing that I thought was actually really good too. So I think it's a really good book. I will make sure that I leave the link to this video in the description. That way you can actually download the pamphlet as well too. So I'm gonna let him continue though. Let's keep rocking.
Right where you found her, even if you found her overseas. The link to that is in the description as well. Get both of them. Don't just watch my videos and laugh at these women. Learn how to avoid them completely. Now, fellas, what you just learned today puts you ahead of damn near every man you know. If you're a passport bro or thinking about becoming one, this is your edge. The truth is, it's sad we even have to move like this. It's sad that men in America have to look outside of their own damn country just to find cooperation, femininity, and loyalty. But this is the reality, man. It doesn't matter how many millions or thousands, hundreds of thousands of men who fought for this country to be what it is. These women have turned on us. We live in a place where divorce rates are sky high, where women are being poisoned with toxic ideologies every single damn day. And we live where building a family feels like walking through a fucking minefield. And yet, we still want what God intended for men to have. Peace, respect, a good woman, and a legacy. So what we gotta do? We gotta hack the fucking system. We gotta find the workarounds. We have to master the market. Because waiting for things to get better is just a slow death for men who actually want to win. And that's exactly what I'm doing on this channel. Showing you how to move, how to protect yourself, how to win, and how to win in this new dating war zone. Now that you've got this knowledge, it's time to evolve. Because when you meet women, whether it's overseas or over here, the first 13 things they notice about you will decide everything. Click that video on your screen right now. Because if you get even one of these wrong, she's already written you off. And I'll see you on the fucking next one.
That video is actually coming from Darwin McPherson. Like I said, I'll go ahead and post this up. I'll make sure that I leave the link to this video in the description. That way you can go ahead and download the pamphlet if you want, you guys. I think this is just a great example of the guys. It's like a clear pathway of if you chose to do vetting and if you didn't choose to do vetting. And what he's saying is if you had a pinpoint or a 10 point, 21 point, however many step plan, when you wanted to go over there and date your woman, 9 times out of 10, you should be good. But if you just went over there and wanted to play games and got caught up in something that you shouldn't have been messing with in the first place, then, this is your I don't want to call it your get out of jail free card, but this is another tool in your toolbox to help you if you are dating someone or married someone that wasn't serious about it. That being said, I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Of course, please, you guys, make sure that you always like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're updated for all cool new content that's coming out. I really appreciate you guys. I will talk to you later. Peace. You've made it to the end of this video, which basically means that we're best friends now. And best friends subscribe to best friends channels. And they like their videos too. So, I don't make the rules. It is what it is. You got to take that up under the Best Friend Act, code -7223-002. Write a subscription and subscribe.